Hello, this is Lisa Shea, the low-carb editor for BellaOnline.com, and this is a mushroom kale juice recipe. It's also got a bunch of other great things in it, like celery and cucumbers and baby carrots, broccoli, spinach, flaxseed. So it's a nice combination of all sorts of different things. So we're going to start with a handful of grapes, about 12. Make sure that you always tare the container that you put on your scale, so that the scale is not measuring the weight of the container and just measuring the weight of the things you put in the container. And we did just wash the floor yesterday, so we're not going to use those grapes in the shake, but Bob will undoubtedly eat them in a moment because that is the way he is. So we've got 58 grams of grapes, and those are going to go into the shake in a moment once he stares at them. There they go. Alright, so we've got grapes in there. Next up will come a white mushroom, about the size of a baseball. This mushroom is 42 grams. So we will weigh it, and then we will cut it into pieces. You don't really have to, but we like to give the blender a hand every once in a while. Extend the life of the BlendTech blender. After the mushroom comes 2 stalks of celery, which we will cut in half. Celery is a great source of fiber. This is 95 grams. And then next, after the celery, will be our English cucumber. You can use a normal cucumber if you want to, we just happen to have an English cucumber. And it's about 1 inch. And that's 65 grams. So we'll give that a little slice as well. And into the blender it goes. Next up come the baby carrots. And baby carrots are really just normal carrots that have been cut down into a smaller size. They're easier finger food for many people. So about a handful of baby carrots. That's 77 grams. And then a handful of broccoli. Broccoli is very good for you, so it's good to incorporate broccoli into your diet. About a handful. 62 grams. And he's going to cut that piece of broccoli up into another piece or two in a moment. And in it goes. Next we're going to add the rest of our spinach. So we've got 22 grams of spinach here, about a handful. Don't want to waste any spinach. Spinach is very good for you, as Popeye knew. Full of protein. Broccoli is great for protein as well. And so is kale. So 22 grams. Next up is going to be kale. Kale is a wonderful thing to eat, but it's also on the bitter side. So you want to use it in moderation. Kale is full of vitamin C. So here we go. It is worth mentioning that kale is naturally high in carbs, so although it does have good fiber in it as well, you need to be cautious about eating piles of kale like you might eat piles of lettuce or romaine or other similar leafy vegetables. Next we're going to do some flaxseed. We've got a bit of spare flaxseed in our container, so we're going to put that in there. But what we're aiming for is a total of 2 teaspoons of flaxseed. In our case, we'll make up the rest of it from the actual container of flaxseed. And flaxseed is good for protein. Yep, so we'll just stick with 2. Next up we're going to add some protein powder. He's going off to get the protein powder. And in the meantime, my cat Julie is howling up a storm at me because she wants to go outside and play, and we don't let her outside. So there she is. She's expressing her unhappiness with being stuck inside. It's such a hard world for the poor little kitty. Oh, the life of a cat. Hello. Or maybe she just wants some affection. Bob is back. Bob has come back with the protein powder. So this adds a little sweetness as well as protein goodness. So 1 scoop and 2 packets of stevia. Stevia is a natural herb sweetener or plant sweetener. So this is a good alternative to all those artificial sweeteners that are out there. And you can grow your own stevia very easily. We're going to be doing that when summer comes around a little better. So here we go. Next we're going to add a cup of water to add some liquidness to this. That is coming over in a moment. It is good to drink ample water in addition to your juices and shakes, of course, too. So there's the water for our stuff. And then the last step will be to add some ice. So when you construct your shakes, you want to try to have the juicy things down at the bottom, and then the filler in the middle, and then any lettuce or kale or that sort of stuff on the top. Here's the ice. And then the ice goes on the very, very top, and the weight of the ice helps push everything down so that it falls down into the blender as the blender does its stuff. So here he's talking about the different layers. Juicy stuff in the bottom, crunchy stuff in the middle, fluffier stuff, and then the ice at the top. So we put the lid on, and we're going to press the auto juice button. Oh wait, right, I unplugged the blender, my fault. Now we have to go plug the blender back in, otherwise the blender does not work without power. One of these things about electricity. So we got the blender plugged back in. Turn the blender back on. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. Now we're going to hit the blend button. And it is blending. And in a moment it kicks up to a higher speed automatically. And it starts to suck the things in. And there it goes. This has a delicious flavor. I enjoy it a lot. It's sort of hard to describe what shakes taste like since it's a combination of sorts of different things. But you can taste a hint of the mushroom in there, and a hint of the broccoli, the natural sweetness from the grapes. It is in general quite tasty. So it's going to blend it up until it's done. And it's set. So here we go. Get the stuff back off the lid. So for each serving of this shake, you get 142 calories, 1.3 grams of fat, 31.8 grams of cholesterol, 151 milligrams of sodium, 16.7 total carbs minus 2.7 fiber is 13.9 net carbs, 15.2 grams of protein, and 62% of your vitamin C. And it costs about $1.23 a serving. I've got the full spreadsheet online, so if you follow the links you can get to the spreadsheet and you just plug in your own gram values for all the different ingredients you use, and you can get the exact details broken out for your version of the shake. I should also note that these pint glasses here are 18-ounce pint glasses, so these are larger than average pint glasses we're using this time. So it makes more than 2 normal size pint glasses, and there was still even a little left in the blender there. So a good amount of portion to enjoy. Oh, he's giving me a little more extra. And there you have it. This is very tasty. Perfect shake for lunch or dinner. So you can visit lowcarb.bellaonline.com for the full details of the recipes and my other recipes, and to ask any questions if you've got them. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.